mention the fact that we're switching places.
Yeah, so we switched places today because Miles thought it would be a fun idea for me to run the show that I've never ran before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so awesome. Thank you.
You like it?
Yeah, it's great. This is why I don't.
This is what people don't see on the air is that Beth is. I can tell you're testy this morning.
I don't really want to talk to you after the show today. I'm going to be honest.
Very good.
So this is why I'm a co-host and you're a host of the show, because I didn't want to be a host of the show. But today I am. So we're going to get back to our 7:50
She's
second date
angry.
update.
I don't know if you can tell.
We talked to Frank and Amanda earlier. They went on a little date. It worked out. Everything was okay until Amanda said that she wanted Frank to meet her parents the next time.
I personally found it very refreshing that she wanted him to meet her parents. You have to remember, everybody is raised differently, and it is very far and few these days that you even have somebody with any family, like, moral values. And I don't think she meant it like in a, I don't know, like
a crazy,
a way
creepy
that,
way.
like, hey, marry me tomorrow. I think that she was just super stoked to, have somebody that she genuinely liked.
Yeah.
And that she could share with her parents and maybe talk it over with her parents. I think it was refreshing.
You know what, though? Here's the thing. I see that from the girl's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
This might be one of those double standards.
Right.
Because, honestly, from the guy's perspective, it will freak you out.
I think it's sweet now that you brought it that way.
Sweet.
I'm
It's
like,
very
oh.
sweet. But when you hear that from a guy, you're like, whoa, okay, cool. I better be on best behavior.
You're like, I gotta go.
Okay, but think about it this way. If he's a guy and he's like a man's man, speak up and just say, hey, well, do you want me to
have
meet
a
him
cup
because
of
of
coffee?
this? Is it because of X? Y? Is it because of Z? Are you just really cool with him? Speak up. It's not that big of a deal, especially if, he sounded just as excited as she did about the date.
Be
So
honest,
why let
Beth.
a connection like that go and be spooked like a little pansy?
That's awesome.
You went from sweet to pansy all in the span of 30 seconds. That's awesome. Beth, real quick.
Yes.
If Justin had said, hey, let's go meet my parents like the next day after you guys had hung out for the first time, would that make you feel a little weird? Be honest.
Yeah, it would. Yes, it would freak me out.
There's
but
nothing wrong with it at
Yeah,
all.
I think
it's just one of those things where you just feel like, oh my God, this is very soon.
To each his own. To each his own,
Yeah.
really. Because I think maybe it would have excited me because that's how my husband and I worked out. We've been married almost 8 years. We have 3 beautiful kids, and we knew each other literally 2 months before we got married. And we met each other at Valero, and then the next day, we were meeting each other's parents. And 2 months later, we got married.
Well, there
Did
you
he
go.
come over and pump your gas?
No, actually, he gave me this crazy look like, oh, I'm crazy about you. And I pulled over, and we just locked eyes, and I promise you since then we've been inseparable.
Love at
This might be
first
one of the
sight.
freaking coolest stories I think I've ever heard.
Aw, what's your
Keep
name?
romance alive.
My name's Brianna.
Brianna.
His name is Michael.
Aw, I'm so glad you called this morning.
Oh, thanks.
That's such a
You guys
great
have
story.
good one.
You
Hey,
too.
Brianna, when you get home today, will you do me a favor? Will you tell your husband, you know what? You're one of the most amazing men on the planet. If only more people were like you in this world, we would not have some of the issues we have in this world. No, I'm
I will
serious.
tell him that, but only if he gives me the same comment, because I'm an awesome wife and a mommy.
Well, see, and I bet you are. And that's probably why he said, oh my gosh, just by looking at you, I've got to say hello.
Aw, you're so sweet. Complimenting people. She's going to go home and thank her husband today for being so awesome. Love at first sight. It happens.
Beth, I think you're awesome today.
Hey, thanks. It's Y100. Miles in the morning.